Hey Dr. Pop viewers, what's up? Today we're hanging out with Catalina Ortiz and Diego Silva, two amazing urban thinkers from Colombia who joined me here in Chicago for this discussion. And today we're talking about two amazing mayors from Colombia's recent history.
Yeah, so when you hear about Colombia, you have in mind drugs and violence. But Medellin, for example, was considered the epicenter of these two phenomena. And what is amazing is, like, just through local leadership, we could change the image from fear to hope. That's what the new mayor, Sergio Fajardo, brought to the city.
In the case of Bogota, the capital of Colombia, which was a fast-growing city, almost 8 million, a mayor named Antanas Mockus came part of a process, but he made a lot of interesting changes that would be interesting to talk about.
What are some of those changes?
Okay, he had two periods, and the first one was more like intangible, and the second one was more material. I'll explain it, but the first one was about civic or citizen culture. And probably we have to say his background was from the academia. He was, we call it dean? No.
Principal. I mean, I could add something that it's common in these two mayors is that both come from the academia. And it's good to know, like, the public role of these scholars engaged in local government.
And somehow was an answer of the dynamics that were taking place in the country. But okay, Antanas Mockus, the first period he wanted to teach people how to behave in the city, how to use space, how to share collectively the city space. Example, pedestrian crossings. Colombia's 1980s, big cities, chaos, people crossing streets all over. When he came, he hired mimes. You know, mimes? And he put them on the corners. And if you cross the street not in the corner or using the zebra crossing, the mime will follow you and make fun of you while you were walking home. Of course, that was annoying. So many people stopped crossing streets wherever they wanted, and they started using the corners. Now, if you go to Bogota and you climb a building, you will see how people cross like in any other cities. And it happened only in 2 years.
But it was a very powerful message that this mayor sent by he dressing up as a superhero called the super citizen. So he was representing a change and how the mayor is the one that embodies what the public good is.
Wow. Another good thing is, okay, we use, and I think we still, but it changed a lot. We used to drive really crazy. We don't respect stop signs and these things, but we like soccer. So he issued 2 cards. One side of the card was this, and the other side of the card was this one. And instead of cursing or saying bad words when you were on the street, each citizen or driver had those cards. So when somebody was driving or doing something bad on the street, you just took the sign you would like to show and you say, if somebody helped you, you show them. And if somebody did something wrong, it was like that. I was a kid when that happened, and I remember asking my dad, let me use the car because this guy was fine or he wasn't. And it really changed the way people behave in the city while driving.
And also something really amazing in the case of Bogota is when he declared the Women's Night. So it was dramatically how violence acts decreased just for one night of having women in control of the city's night. So all
that night meant we weren't allowed to get out of the streets.
So how was it?
Only women on the streets.
I wasn't there, but the reports that I saw, they had an awesome night. That was like the first day that women really feel safe and free to be wherever they wanted. So all the bars and police officers, everybody in the street will be.
We were women, yeah. That was like that.
So those are like powerful messages to
those are awesome examples. So we're wrapping up. What is one or two other things that you think that Dr. Pop viewers should know about amazing Colombian mayors from the past?
Okay, we haven't talked about Medellin, but Catalina's mentioned this introduction at the beginning, but I would like to say to the audience, Medellin was not only violence and drug. It was a really huge city with some problems, specific problems. Actually, it was not the epicenter. The epicenter was all around in many countries, but that city needed a change. It was a really violent city. And then this guy came and created this new public consciousness about how assuming the public space that probably Catalina has more experience.
Yeah, so he is focusing as well as Antanas in education, but he was focusing in bringing the best of the quality of public amenities in the slums that traditionally has been really segregated and underserved. So the best designers, for example, built the most amazing public libraries and public parks in all the spaces and neighborhoods that have been really deprived and were originated as an informal settlement.
I would add that for the libraries, transportation.
As well.
The subway system or the metro system used to connect not the wealthy but the core activities places of the city. And he connected the slums with cable cars. So nowadays, somehow the city, it doesn't matter what's your income, you're kind of well connected to the transportation system.
Do you think that people in American cities have the potential to be more creative and dynamic with the way that we run our urban spaces as well?
Yeah, I do think something really crucial in the case of these two mayors is that both mayors, as I said, they came from academia, but at the same time they were independent politicians. So the fact that not becoming a partisan representative also allows that huge leverage of proposing and new things and new ways of engaging with people. But both of them are focusing in creating a new citizenship and trying to put at the center of the definition what public means.
Awesome.
The other thing probably like communication and not thinking that when things are bad, they are going to get worse. It was the case of Colombia. I mean, we just tried hard, we worked collectively, and somehow those cities agreed in some issues to start walking the same path to improve their
So nowadays, Colombia, Bogota and Medellin, after these local transformations, they have become from being the worst example to become even the side from best practices. And every year we have visitors trying to understand how the public transportation is working, how the system of public libraries is working, and that regard is also something that we can offer to different people that is interested in changing things.
Thank you both so much for your time.
review.